गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना यमुनातीरा वनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी यशोदानन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना यमुनातीरावनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी यशोदानन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना यमुनातीरावनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी यशोदानन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना यमुनातीरावनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी योग धर्म श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter number 15, The Descendants of King Priyavrat, text number 8. Tasye mam gatam pandaveya puravida upagayanti. One line, can all recite. Tasye mam gatam pandaveya puravida upagayanti. Tasye mam gatam pandaveya puravida upagayanti. I think we'll go. Tasye mam gatam pandaveya puravida upagayanti. Pandaveya puravida upagayanti. Word to word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Tasya of King Gaya. Imam, these Gatham, poetic verses of glorification. Pandaveya, O Maharaj Parikshit, Puravida, those learned in the historical events of the Puranas. Upagayanti, sing. Translation. My dear King Parikshit, those who are learned scholars in the histories of the Puranas eulogize and glorify King Gaya with the following verses. Purport. The historical references to exalted kings serve as a good example for the present rulers. Those who are ruling the world at the present moment should take lessons from King Gaya, King Yudhishthir, and King Prithu, and rule the citizens so that they will be happy. Presently, the governments are levying taxes without improving the citizens in any cultural, religious, social, or political way. According to the Vedas, this is not recommended. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananshana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrachatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parishana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatane Shatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaurasve Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Akanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarumbhasya Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangunangaite girim yet tamaham mande Shri Guru Dinataryam. Hare Krishna. So I seek the blessings of all the assembled devotees so that I can speak on this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, for the glorification of Lord, the purification of my own heart. So in this particular section we are discussing about King Gaya, is one of the descendants of King Priyavrat. The previous sections, the descendants of King Priyavrat were being mentioned. So in the 6th verse it is mentioned that how King Gaya was born to Nakta and his wife Akuti. Nakta and Dhruti. From them King Gaya was born. And it's mentioned Gaya was very famous and pious and is the best of saintly kings. And he is a direct expansion of Lord Vishnu, King Gaya. It's not some ordinary person. and he was situated in Vishuddha Sattva, being the direct expansion of Lord Vishnu. So, because he is fully equipped with transcendental knowledge, he is known as Mahapurusha. And then in the 7th verse, it's mentioned, like yesterday, we discussed how King Gaya was taking care of the citizens. He gave full protection and security to the citizens. So, 3 things were mentioned. He was doing Poshana, making sure all sufficient needs were provided for the citizens. He was doing Prinana, distributing gifts to the citizens to satisfy them. And he would do Upalalana, calling meetings and satisfying the citizens with sweet words. And Anushasana, giving them good instructions on how to become first class citizens. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadramai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Ki Jai. So King Gaya is teaching, as Prabhupada is mentioning, all the present leaders in the society what they are supposed to do as per administration, providing their needs like food, distributing gifts, making sure that they are happy by conducting meetings, and also giving good instructions for their current and eternal well-being. So, Srimad Bhagavatam actually not only talks about who we are, who is the Supreme Lord, and our eternal relationship, but it talks also about how to take care of the kingdoms, the citizens while living in this world. So many kings like King Parikshit, Yudhishthir, and Prithu, as here it is being mentioned. The pastimes of all these great kings are being mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, so that we all can actually learn from them and also apply in our own lives. So we will see some of the, because here in this particular verse it is being mentioned about King Prithu and Maharaj Yudhishthir. So we will see from their lives how they were taking care of the citizens. So as it's mentioned that one of the responsibilities of the king is Anushasana, giving instructions. So we see that how Maharaj Prithu, the 21st chapter of 4th canto, it's mentioned, instructions by Maharaj Prithu, how he is instructing all the citizens in his kingdom to be Krishna conscious. So Srila Prabhupada actually mentions that all the leaders in the society should practice themselves Krishna consciousness. So he mentions actually in one of the letters, I don't know exactly whom, whether it is Gandhiji or I don't remember exactly, but he mentions how all the members of parliament, before they start their meeting, should chant 16 rounds and follow the 4 regulative principles, and then have their meeting. So, because he says that only then the MPs or MLAs, whatever, these people will be above the misgivings, the impurities in their heart. Otherwise, when they rule citizens without worshipping God, so they rule with their ulterior motives. So that's why we see so many scandals happening in the society. So, Yadha Raja Tada Praja. So, seeing the king or the leaders of the society, the citizens also become like them only. So, here King Prithu is mentioning in the 21st chapter, 22nd verse, is saying, by the grace of Supreme Lord, I have been appointed the king of this planet, and I carry the scepter to rule the citizens protect them from all danger, and give them employment according to their respective positions in social order established by Vedic injunction. So here Prithu is not telling that I have been appointed because of my power or because of my knowledge and skills, because of my talent. He is telling by the grace of the Supreme Lord. So the kings in the past would always rule in the mood that they are servants or servants of the Supreme Lord. That is their consciousness, that they are ruling on behalf of the Supreme Lord. So that's why they are always acting in a subordinate position, in a humble position, not proud about being kings. Because when there is pride, then there is always chance of offending others because of false pride. So we see when Bharat in Ramayana, when he was told to become king, initially we know that how he was not at all willing to accept. In fact, he went with all his soldiers and even his mothers and lot of Ayodhya and everyone, and he went and requested Lord Ram to come back. He was desperately requesting Lord Ram only to come back. He did not think what to do. It is all divine arrangement of the Lord. Somehow my brother went away, so now anyway father also died, so ठीक है अभी क्या करें, I have to accept. So he didn't 4.21.22. So he didn't think in that way. So actually means I heard that a real leader is one who actually doesn't want to become leader, but is given that position of the leader to serve. Means he thinks that actually I am not qualified for this position. I am actually unqualified. But it is a greatness of my superiors that even an unqualified person like me has been chosen for this service. They are trying to engage me in Krishna service. So it is their greatness that they are engaging me in this service, although I am not qualified. So that's why we see Bharat, after Lord Ram not willing to come back at any cost. So he didn't think, okay, ठीक है, मैंने तो ट्राई कर दिया, अभी जो भी ट्राई करना है, अभी सुन नहीं रहे तो हम क्या करें. So let us go and sit on the throne and rule the kingdom. No, we know that he carried the padukas of Lord and kept it on the throne, and he stayed outside Ayodhya. What is that place? I forgot. Nandigram, yeah. And on behalf of the Lord, he would take care of the kingdom. And we hear that how he would every day report the daily activities of the kingdom to that Lord Ram. It means basically to the throne, indicating that I am servant of Lord Ram. On behalf of Lord Ram, I am taking care of this. And not only that, we hear that how he was so detached and he would not accept any facilities more than Lord Ram. So because in the forest, Lord Ram was sleeping on the floor, so he digged a hole and he was sleeping below earth. Because he thought that how I can accept facilities more than him. Then he would take barley soaked in cow urine and take that. Because Lord Ram is eating only fruits and roots. How I can accept more facilities than him? Because I am his servant. So he was actually completely absorbed in that mood of being servant. So, but still sometimes the pride may creep in, no, as one starts doing the service sometimes. So when Lord Ram killed Ravan, and he was about to come back to Ayodhya, so he wanted to test whether Bharat is situated in proper consciousness or not. So he told Hanuman that you go and you meet Bharat and tell him that I am coming back, and observe him that is there any kind of disgust or unhappiness in his face. And in case if you see that there is any kind of such thing, then I will not come back to Ayodhya, Lord Ram says. So actually Hanuman goes and tells to Bharat that Lord Ram is coming back now. So Bharat is so ecstatic, so that Lord Ram is coming back. So he actually ruled Ayodhya in the mode of servant, as Prithu Maharaj is mentioning. So one of the duties of the king is to protect the citizens from all kinds of danger and provide the right kind of employment as per the Varnashram Dharma. So when we say danger, it is not only physical danger of protecting them from the thieves and rogues, all these things, that is also there, but also protection from Maya. Because ultimately the king should be aware that he and all the citizens are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. And actually they are suffering in the material world because of lack of Krishna consciousness. And the only solution is Krishna consciousness. So the king is supposed to provide facilities for the citizens to uplift them in Krishna consciousness by training through the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas in Krishna consciousness, by arranging gurukuls for training children and like that, various ways and means to take care of the citizens. So that's what the kings in the past would do. They themselves would also worship the Supreme Lord and also make sure that all the citizens in the kingdom also worship the Supreme Lord. So once Radhesham Prabhu was mentioning that King Ambarish Maharaj would worship Lord every day until 11, in almost like 11 o'clock, like that, lot of time before he actually starts his duties as a king. Now somebody may say that if somebody is king of the entire world, he has so many things to do, that he has to take care of so many people and manage so many things. Then how can somebody just peacefully keep worshipping Lord until so much time? Right? How can he just from morning, early morning to so late, how can one just keep worshipping Lord? He has to take care of so many things, no? So, but these kings had faith in the Supreme Lord, that actually the real controller or the real king is Krishna. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. So, and Suradam Sarabhudas Gnatmamam Shantirichati. So they had that faith that ultimately, if we satisfy the Supreme Lord, Yathataror Mula Nishechanena Tipyantita Skanda Bhujopashaka, that automatically all the needs required for the kingdom, the citizens, will be provided by the Supreme Lord. So they knew what exactly has to be done. That's why the kings in the past would perform yajnas, like we hear about Prithu Maharaj or Ambarish Maharaj performing yajnas. Why? Not for their sense gratification, but for the welfare of all the citizens. That's why in Bhagavatam also it starts with the Shaunakadi rishis performing the sacrifices. They sat for long time and they want to do the welfare for all the citizens in this universe, right? So sitting in Naimisharanya, how one can do welfare? Somebody may say they have to go and meet people, or build some roads, or provide some grains. Then there will be welfare. Somebody may say, correct? No, but they understood that if we satisfy the Supreme Lord, Lord will arrange everything, whatever is required. That's what in Yudhishthir Maharaj rule also we see the similar thing. The first canto, 10th chapter, verse number 4. Kamam vavarsha parjanya sarva kama dugamahi sisishu usma vrajan gava pashasho dvasatir muda. During the reign of Maharaj Yudhishthir, the clouds showered all the water that people needed. The earth produced all the necessities of man in profusion. Due to its fatty milk bag and cheerful attitude, the cow used to moisten the grazing ground with milk. So Prabhupada is mentioning the basic principle of economic development is based on land and cows, not on industries, nuts and bolts. Prabhupada is mentioning. Because he said that actually people will not sustain on industries or nuts and bolts, right? They need grains, they need milk for their sustenance, right? But modern civilization is more towards industrialization, and they forget tilling the land or agriculture and taking care of the cows. So why earth is producing all the facilities? Because Maharaj Yudhishthir, in the previous verse it is being mentioned that in the third verse, after being enlightened by what was spoken by Bhishma Dev and Sri Krishna, the infallible engaged himself in matters of perfect knowledge, because all his misgivings were eradicated. So thus he ruled over earth and seas and was followed by his younger brothers, because he was enlightened by Lord and his devotees and following their instructions. In the third verse it is being mentioned. So because Maharaj Yudhishthira ruled the kingdom as per Lord and his devotees, that's why Mother Nature is providing everything. So Prabhupada writes this famous statement that material well-being follows spiritual well-being. This is applied on an individual level and collective level also in the society. Generally, we think that first materially everything should be proper, then we'll see spirituality. First I should get job, I should settle in life, I should be healthy, I should have everything. Then after everything is over, I'll do spirituality. But spiritual material well-being will never happen only. Because this material world itself, Krishna is saying, dukkha alayam ashashvatam. So there will always miseries, no matter who you are, and whole life will go on only in trying to make adjustments for overcoming miseries and trying to be happy, right? So they will never be able to actually be materially well, right? Because they are in the deep dark well of ignorance. Right? They are not understanding that they are not this body, they are spirit souls, and how they have eternal relation with Krishna, and how by serving him actually we can get real happiness. So we see that Lord is Lakshmi Pati, right? So when you worship Narayana, automatically Lakshmi will come, right? So we see in the past kings, or means even 200-300 years before also, we see that in many places People were even selling diamonds like normal vegetables in the streets. There used to be diamond rupees, all these bazaars. So people were just selling them on the street, just like vegetables. So they were so rich. Prabhupada mentions that how in the past people used to eat in silver or all gold plates, all metal plates. So now it is replaced by paper plates or plastic plates. So we can see actually in the past the civilization, the Vedic civilization, they were actually much more rich and much more happy because their lives were based on Vedic civilization. So when you worship Lord, automatically, because Mother Nature is subordinate Maya Dakshena Prakriti to Krishna, Prakriti will provide everything required from its womb. That's what in the next verses also it is mentioned. 5th verse. The rivers, ocean, hills, mountains, forests, creepers, and active drugs in every season paid their tax quota to the king in profusion. Arey, what is this tax? How do they pay? Somebody may say, how can they pay to the king? The sense when the king is serving the Supreme Lord, pleasing the Supreme Lord, automatically all these are being arranged. So here Prabhupada is mentioning that as the above mentioned, the properties of the Lord, namely rivers, oceans, hills, were all pleased, and they used to supply their respective quota of taxes to the king, because King Yudhishthir was under the protection of Ajita, the infallible rod. So the secret to success is to take refuge under the protection of the Supreme Lord. Without his sanction, nothing can be possible. To make economic development by our own endeavors on the strength of tools and machinery is not all. The sanction of the Supreme Lord must be there. Otherwise, despite all instrumental arrangements, everything will be unsuccessful. Because the ultimate cause of success is Daiva, the Supreme. So people forget Lord and they think that they can independently be happy. They can independently be successful without the Lord. But they forget that actually everything is coming from Supreme Lord. Without His sanction, nobody can be happy. No facilities can be arranged for our happiness. So because the kings had this faith, that's why they were ruling the kingdom based on Lord's directions. Then it is mentioned, because the kings having no enemy, the living beings were not at all at any time disturbed by mental agonies, diseases, or excessive heat or cold. So because the king was Krishna conscious, that's why the citizens were also happy. And now because the leaders of the society are sinful, that's why we are also suffering. Yeah, because of all their sinful activities. And also they are not directing the citizens in a Krishna conscious way. The citizens are also doing lot of sinful activities. So the collective sinful karma of all the people together is so huge. That's why we are seeing so many wars, so many natural calamities like COVID or earthquakes and so many things happening, right? So all this is because people are not serving the Supreme Lord. That's why all these problems are happening. But when a king takes care of the citizens as per the injunctions given in the Shastras, then he will be happy and all the citizens will naturally be happy. And the king is very alert not to allow Kali to enter or Maya to enter the kingdom. So we see when Parikshit Maharaj saw Kali trying to attack bull and cow, immediately with his sword he came there and he was about to attack Kali. So he didn't allow anyone to exploit cow and bull, all the citizens. He was so alert, right? So, but Prabhupada mentions that how the current condition is so horrible that we cannot mention in the pages of Bhagavatam. Prabhupada mentions how the cows and innocent animals are tortured in the slaughterhouses. So that is the current situation. So, and here Pratumara is mentioning that how he is trying to engage all the citizens as per Varnashrama Dharma, ultimately aiming at pleasing the Supreme Lord. So, in the 23rd verse, he is mentioning that I think that upon the execution of my duties as king, I shall be able to achieve the desirable objectives described by experts in Vedic knowledge. This destination is certainly achieved by the pleasure of the Supreme Personality Godhead, who is the seer of all destiny. So he is having faith that if I simply follow the orders of the scriptures, I will achieve destination by the grace of Lord. And if you all also follow this rules and regulations, you will also achieve success. So he himself is following and he himself is guiding the citizens in the right direction. Now current politicians, they are going to hell and they are guiding also the citizens to hell. They themselves are doing sinful activities like drinking alcohol or engaging in scandals, and they are going to hell, and same time they are also guiding all the citizens to follow their path, correct? Because the citizens will think, oh, this big politician is doing big scandal, I am not so big, but I will do little scandal. Small scandals I can do. After all, I am not so big, but at least I can do little scandal, that is okay. Right? So that's why the whole nation or people in general are becoming completely degraded. So Prabhupada mentions in one purport that how people want Rama Raja, because when Lord Ram was ruling, everybody was happy, all facilities were being provided. But they want Rama Raja without Lord Ram, or without following the principles of Lord Ram. That is a problem. So that mentality is Ravana mentality. Ravana wanted Sita without Lord Ram. Correct? He want to enjoy Mother Sita without Lord Ram. Right? So it is same as enjoying the facilities given by Lord without Lord, serving the Lord. So people in this world want to enjoy all facilities. They are eager to take and enjoy. But they are forgetting that these are all given by Supreme Lord. They are not independent of the Lord. They are not being produced automatically. They are all coming from the Supreme Lord. So one should recognize the proprietorship, controllership of the Lord and serve Him. Then automatically you will be provided all this. Right? And you should engage all of them in Krishna's service and accept them as prasad of the Lord. So then one can be happy. Right? Otherwise, independently just trying to enjoy, one can never be happy. So then Prabhupada is Prithu Maharaj is mentioning, any king who does not teach his citizens about their respective duties in terms of varnashram, but who simply exacts tolls and taxes from them, is liable to suffer from the impious activities which have been performed by the citizens. In addition to such degradation, the king also loses his own misfortune. So if somebody doesn't teach the citizens duties in terms of varnashram, means ultimately Atapumbir Didashreshta Varnashram Vibhagasa Swanishtatasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. To please the Supreme Lord by their work. Right? That's what the king should teach them. How to work to please Lord. Perform karma yoga at least. So, but if they don't teach that and on top of that just collect taxes and take major part for their own sense gratification, for their parties, running their party and doing many parties, right? And doing unskillful activities. So then the basic needs are not provided for the citizens, and also because they are not guided in a God conscious way, they will do sinful activities. So the king receives 1/6 of the reactions, whether pious or impious. So if they perform sinful activities, the king will also get collectively 1/6 of the sinful karma. Just imagine. Means to take the position of a leader and allow them to perform sinful activities is so dangerous, because you get 1/6 of their collective karma. Means is just how huge it is. Right? So in Ramayana, I'll end with this story, that how the kings were so careful in protecting the citizens. So once one dog comes asking for justice to Lord Ram's, what do you call, Darbar, assembly. Yeah. So they were allowing not only human beings, even animals or birds for justice in the past. That was the standard of the kings. We hear about Shibi and all that, how they were so conscious of even other living entities, what to speak of human beings. So when Lord Ram asked, why you came? So he said, one Brahmana bet me in great anger. So that's why I came for justice. So they called that Brahmana, that why you bet him. He said, I was very hungry and there was hot summer and this dog was barking at me. So out of anger I took a stick and bet him. So then Lord Ram asked dog only, what punishment do you want to give? He doesn't give himself, because the kings would give the option to the suffering person to give punishment. So the dog thinks for some time and tells, make him the Mathadipati. So then all the ministers laugh. See, if you give freedom to dog, that's how they will take decision. You should take decision. So then Lord Ram asks, Arey, why you want to make him Mathadipati? He says, last life I myself was Mathadipati. And I took care of the people so nicely, still I became dog. And this fellow is so angry for small things. So what will happen to him? So that's why I want that he should suffer more. That's why I want to make him Mathadipati. So from this story we can learn two things. One thing is that how the kings are very careful. They are willing to give justice even to animals also. And how the leader should be so careful that if he doesn't take care properly, what could be the reaction? Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samveta Gaura Bhaktavinda ki jai. Thai Gaur Premanande.